Dr. Lantin is a former dean of the College of Engineering and Agri-Industrial Technology sa UP Los Baños. And he is a member of the Coalition for Agricultural Mechanization in the Philippines and a member of and chairman of the Coffee and Cacao Committee of the Batangas Forum for Good Governance and Development. Siya po ay, he is very much, his heart is for improving the nutritional status of our poor children. He is a nutraceutical and functional food craft expert. And sabi po niya, it's easy to grow, yung ating edamame. Hindi lang po sa mga bata at mga pamilya, gusto po namin malaki ang production. We are looking now for a big place where we can plant edamame and make it commercialized. In fact, dapat sana after this we should be going to Tarlac because there's a big company that would like production of edamame for export to Japan. That is a good livelihood project na kami makakanayunan. Okay, so anyway, I will not talk longer. I'd like to introduce to you our professor, Dr. Reynaldo Lantin, former dean, Vice President namin.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Sergio. And good morning to everybody. Good morning. Just a correction. I'm not a great producer of, I'm an amateur producer. Just learning, still learning for the good of, let's say, children.
Can you want to change your mic? I think your mic is a bit defective. Yeah. Okay.
There we are. Okay. Now, what is food is medicine. That's a solution, which is not very expensive. It's a win-win solution. Nobody is displaced. Promote better well-being, lower health care costs, greater sustainability, reduce disparities among population groups, improve economic competitiveness, great national security. Okay. So, what are some of the nutritional programs that our government may put up? Some of them are already in place. Nutritionally improved standards of school meals in canteens. See, our school canteens do not serve nutrition meals. They serve only food which everybody likes. Not to nourish the body. National Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program, we don't have this yet, but they have that in the US. School garden programs, it was there before, but it was removed by DepEd. And the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program for senior citizens, when you buy a package from the supermarket, you are given a discount to help improve the diet and quality of health. Now, there is a relation with our foundation, Sikap Bidani Development Foundation. Sikap is Sipag, Ipon, at Kaalaman, Aming Puhunan. That is the rallying point for the clients. Who are our clients? Clients are the poor women. Now, why not men? Because in women we trust. We pay men. Okay. And then under this Sikap Bidani, Bidani is still an ongoing program of the UP Los Baños. And in fact, Dr. Eusebio founded that way back in, I don't know, it was long ago, 30 years ago maybe, under the auspices, under the sponsorship of the Netherlands government. So they gave an amount. Branching out of that is the microfinance. So it was the Sikap Bidani. So the Bidani is still there, and we added Sikap. Now under this is the FACE program to give that with a human face or social responsibility as the clients, NANA, as we call them, NANA, the clients. Now when I look at the face, the human face, I'm reminded of this folk song. When I was in Indonesia, they were singing this in Dutch. The children, just like when we were small children, we sang it in English, similar to that. But let me recite rather than sing it. 4 lines. Rozen de bloeien voor jou en voor mij. That means roses that bloom for you and for me. Rozen de bloeien, dat gaat nooit voorbij. Roses that bloom shall all pass away. So is het leven. Ze zijn toch geleid. So is life. We are all equal. Whether rozen de bloeien of your arms, hot or free. Roses that bloom, whether you are rich and you're poor. The academic people are poor. The business people are the one rich. The one in there super rich. Okay, now that is a brief introduction of the program. I invited them to ensure of my audience. Next, please. Okay, now what moved us into this? You see, this is a barangay data from 3 barangays in Magdalena, Laguna. Color-coded, Muntinabling, Buena Vista, and Sigaras. Number of children, 0 to 59 months, between 0 to 5 years old, with underweight, weight for age, I mean below standard weight. There are other categories with only 1 graph. Here there's below or under height, stunted for age, for your age. And you see here, these 3 barangays have different progresses. The third one seems to be 3.2%. This is the number of samples, and that is the number who are underweight. 5.1, 3.9, and 3.2 in 2017 in 3 years. This blue one is almost level, and the first one is declining. So Sikap Bidani Foundation has scholarship for these clients. So to give back, pay back what we had earned from them in interest, return it to them. Next slide, please. So we have this one scholar who was benefited with an envelope during a ceremony. And what I'm saying here are all the 4 are look like okay, but the child is not. And that is not typical of this family only. Most of the scholars have children underweight, so they are really poor nutrition. Next. So the strategy is to have faith, food always in the home, school, and farm. This was a program reformed by Governor Lina of Laguna. That means grow and eat nutritious and delicious food. One of them is soybean, which is edamame. Edamame, and there are other foods which you can grow at home. Malunggay, kamote, saluyot, ulagbati, whole grains, brown rice should be even cheaper than white rice. Next, please. So you grow and eat these foods, delicious, very nutritious, very rich in protein. Well, Carabao's milk, goat's milk. You can raise a goat. The people in the rural areas. And the soybean products, all are good products. And seaweed, of course, lato, or rosep, or nori. Nori is the processed one. And there are other healthy foods. So there is no reason to be undernourished or malnourished. There is the answer. Edamame.
Excuse me, on the previous slide, tempe.
No. Tempe, could you back? Tempe, I put it here, yeah, that's right. It's an Indonesian fermented soybean. preparation. I stayed there for long, but never liked it. So it's not our comfort food. Maybe Filipinos will not like it too. Next is this one. That's just the picture of this one. This is edamame. I first saw this in Thailand in a bus station. The 1972. I said, what is that? The food. This thing is familiar, but the way it is being sold is a little bit unique, and it's very smart way of selling it, because I have prepared this sample here for you to taste. Please enjoy it. And one of perhaps the reasons why they do not grow it is the harvesting. Yeah, it's easy to harvest, to cut it, but to process it, just plucking it one by one is difficult. It takes time. So it's smart. Just remove the leaves, remove the defective part, dip in boiling water for 5 minutes, and it's cooked. And let the consumer do the plucking. Still enjoy.
So it's manpower intensive.
That's smart, and that's the way they call it. They do it in Japan.
It's manpower, not
Manpower. Distribute to the consumer. Let them work for it, and they enjoy it while doing so. Next, please. Okay, what is edamame? It's a Japanese word, but in Batangas it's called nilagang utaw or boiled soybean. We use in high school to eat this. Go pass by the palengke and eat the soybean. Now in Japan it's called branch on twig. In fact, that is the Japanese translation in English. Edamame is branch on twig. Sometimes they call it friend of beer. So it's good, a nice thing to have it here. In US and Canada, North America, they have many names. And in China, it is Mogao, and Korea, Putong. So you will see there was in Thailand, Cambodia, in Vietnam, but none in the Philippines except in Batangas. That I knew before. But in Batangas, they have it differently. Next, please. That is beer and soybean in the Isayaki. It's a pub in Japan. Next, please. So edamame is now an English word. So we are not talking here of Japanese. 203 is an old English dictionary, and 208. That's new word. Why has it been entered? Because it's very common in the US. It's been a craze there, and here is the difference of nilagang utaw in Batangas and edamame. In Batangas, they sell it a pod like this, which is yellowish already. In other words, more mature than this one that you have in front of you, green, also mature. The seed of course, the Batangueños do not have a source of seed for edamame. They just buy it from the feed store, wherever it's available. It's GMO. It's cheaper, and that's it. They master the way it is produced. So seed is small, while this is large. Consistency, both taste good, but edamame is tastier. So variety, mostly GMO. This one is not. So if you don't like GMO, but the scientists will say there's no difference. Only the consumer do. Okay. So now, why has it been a craze in the US? And this is what we'd like to be in the Philippines, because it is tasty, it is easy to cook, it is nice to eat, like boiled peanut, like Ed said, and it is very nutritious, and it is better than junk snack. So, well, nothing but the USDA, US Department of Agriculture, said edamame is a soybean, that's the grain soybean, that can be eaten fresh and are best known as a snack with a nutritional punch. And indeed, since the grade school, we were told about this nutrition facts about soybean. These are common. Well, just to make a review, like this grain soybean, edamame is rich in protein. Just imagine, 35 to 38% of bean is protein. And that's good nutrition. Dietary fiber for cleaning and detoxification, for elimination of waste, body waste. Micronutrients, omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids. It's the most perfect food. In fact, it's classified as one of the superfoods. So why not eat it? It is complete with protein, a complete protein with amino acid. By the way, I'm not a nutritionist. I am in engineering. So why do I double in this? I am engineering the nutrition. That's the process. Has antioxidant boost from phytochemicals called isoflavones. Let the nutritionist explain this, but these are very good elements. So more of that, the American Health Association, I think, says that it helps reduce risk of heart disease, improves bone health, reduces effects of PMS, helps reduce certain cancer types. But it is not a cure-all food, it says. You must eat with other foods, like brown rice. They sell them. Thanks. So, but there is but that is grain, that is seed, and we are told that this causes arthritis or worsens your arthritis. Dr. Galveston said, no, it is plant-based, so you can eat all your edamame in the pen, and you will not suffer your. If you do, you are an exception. Okay, now our target is children. What do children like? What vegetables do they like? I will say very few. You give them a vegetable dish, yuck. What is that? Yuck. Even Popeye only likes spinach, but the children do not like spinach. That's vegetable. But edamame, you show edamame, they love it at first taste. An example is my grandchild going to school at grade 6. He brought a kilo of this cooked edamame for snack and sharing with his children. And of course, they were very curious. What is that? I have not seen that. And when they tasted it, some more. I can get some more. So everybody liked it. That there was a boodle fight, a commotion. And the teacher noticed also. So what is that? Edamame. They do not know also. And they joined the commotion. Now, if that is not an indication that children do not like vegetables, I don't know what is. So